So you probably don't care, but some may like to ask how my week's been. I started a new job and I have to get up at 6 a.m. instead of sleeping in until 9 a.m. And I'm at my work by 9 a.m. instead of sleeping in by 9 a.m. So it's kind of tough. I've never worked in the field that I'm doing. So I've never worked in that particular field before, so we have 2 weeks of training. I've sort of learned about systems like Cyclops, Boss, and Apollo, and I'm getting the hang of it. I think Boss, it's not like it's hard, but it looks annoying the way the information is set out. So in the way that it doesn't directly make sense unless you know what's actually going on. It's sort of the most point DOS like out of all the software. All the other ones are like forms. You open one bit and you've got a form or some bit of information that makes sense. Whereas the Boss one's just more like point DOS. You know how you have commands that you put on your computer. It sort of looks like that, but it does actually make sense. But I'm not sure if I can remember the commands. I know F7 goes back, F8 goes forward to the next page. You put a little S for certain types of information. Not sure what it is, can't quite remember, but and whatnot. And I've probably forgotten the more important commands. I should have made notes. I might have to go in early one day and make notes. What were the other commands? You put an S to show. You put a small S on the side of the line to show information on a particular person. But for general S to show, I put in little bits of information down the bottom. Just enter. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but anyways, I'll have to learn it a bit more, I think. But I'm getting the hang of it. I mean, I sort of know the Cyclops a little bit. I was looking at, the data, what do you call it? I was looking at, they have all these technical names, I can't remember off the bat. Yeah, no, I just can't remember, but yeah. Yeah, but I'm getting the hang of it. I mean, I was doing quite well for this afternoon. But I was sort of lagging a bit because I had to review the bits over and over again. So tomorrow we're learning about something new. It'd be nice if I could get in early to be able to do half an hour's worth of extra work, but yeah. Well, it's kind of technical because it's more than market research. Market research, you use Caddy, it's fairly easy. This one's sort of easy too, but you sort of got to know a few different things, and I'm not actually sure I know anything right now, but anyways, I'm sure it will get a little bit clearer later. But no, my job's okay. I'm not going to say it's good because I think it will stress you out when you actually start working on the phones. We're just training for 2 weeks first, so it's been okay. A little bits of hiccups here and there. Today I went on a 10-minute too long break because I was stuck at the post office trying to get this form in. And I got stuck there for 35 minutes instead of my anticipated 15 to 20 minutes. So 35 minutes to get one form filled up. And no, I'm getting a key pass, so I was a little bit flustered because I hadn't had anything to eat and I was just rushing to get back and I was like 10 minutes late. I had enough time to have a drink. It only takes a few seconds to get a drink. And then they said, "Oh, where have you been? Did you forget what time?" I said, "No, it's just held up." And they said, "Please be mindful of the times and actually be back on time, So, but that should be like the only time that I'm actually late because it's the only time that I need to do something. And I really, really, really wanted to get my key pass done. So I just said, screw it, I'm just going to race down there. But it was quite long to get it done. And unfortunately, it was taking on borrowed time. But the good thing is that I didn't get into too much trouble. So yeah, that's the only thing that's probably going to make me late someday, unless I'm sleeping accidentally or something. But yeah. But no, so just, yeah, my brain's still gone, full and gone. No, but it's not too bad. It's a nice, cool environment. The coolness makes it welcoming, but I still like yawn and stuff when I'm at the computer for quite a while until I have something to eat, I'm just standing there yawning and wanting to go to sleep and battling myself a little bit, but it's not too bad. I'm not sure how I'll do on the actual job, but if you do real bad, I'm sure you get fired. But I was thinking I was getting used to the system today. I was starting to grow a little bit more confidence. Like, this is like my second day of learning. It's completely new. So by the end, I was like feeling a little bit more confident. But I didn't get to practice the DOS, so I might do that tomorrow sometime. But yeah, no, it's not too bad. I mean, I never thought I'd be able to work 9 to 5, and I know this is only the second day I've been working 9 to 5, but I don't feel like I'm really struggling too bad, So I'm hoping that I can get through 9 to 5 for 3 months just fine. So but I have to find the energy to do study on the side, piano on the side, my exercises on the side, and whatever else on the side. I have to find time to do that. Sunday's going to be probably my study day. I probably have to study all day on Sundays, unless we go to the beach or something. But yeah, it doesn't take that long to study. I just have to motivate myself and get myself taking those notes. I really just have to make notes and watch videos and stuff until I start to learn, so. And then I do the assignments and I've got all the answers in the notes, so. But anyways. So yeah, I'm sort of getting used to it. We had an overview of the things that we're going to be needing to do. And I think they said just review clients' current plans and upgrade or downgrade, add extras, features, whatever. So I don't know, but it's basically to answer questions over active accounts. So yeah, so this is my 3-month job. I'm feeling okay on the trains. I was thinking I might catch a trip down to Movie World since I'm feeling fairly confident. I've been meaning to take a trip down. They started to weirdly advertise after I'd been there, and I had an awakening of them being kind of weird around me the last time I was there. And then they started to weirdly advertise like this car, and then and heaps of other stuff too, like them being on the Gold Coast and stuff and whatnot. So I know it's not weird to have an advertisement like that, but it just seemed to make me want to go back to see if they'll be mucking around again. Now, really, I made this application online, and then, I just think it's strangely connected. No. No, they were sort of jumping around me last time, and I said, oh, that's fine. I wonder if that means anything, Now, I don't know, all these answers are dumb, but I thought I might, because I seem to be able to take train trips. I took an extra long trip back to Dakabin today, because I'd missed the train. I think I must have taken the Gafurta train, because there's no way I missed the stop. Yes. I mean, I could have missed my stop and not realized it, but to me it seemed to run express, so I'm thinking, did I catch the Caboolture train? No. So, but anyways, I ended up at Dakabin, had to come back. Not a big deal, it's only a couple stops away. But it made me realize I should be like plenty fit to be able to get to Gold Coast, even SeaWorld. But it distresses me, so when I get distressed, I start feeling like I'm going to collapse. So, but I figure if I take some Panadol, that usually helps to de-stress me, and just keep at it. I mean, even with a fallen heart murmur, I used to get it, and my heart murmur is pretty good right now, so I used to be able to get there and back. I just used to shorten my stay if I had a heart murmur, but so I was just thinking, I felt almost good enough to be able to get to the Gold Coast and back. I mean, you get tired, but that's what I was sort of thinking. That. So I might visit on the weekend. Saturday, I'm thinking. But I have to get in early, because otherwise the crowds could get too much. Or I can get in late after 4 when the crowds are leaving. Either way. But I like to go early. I like to go before everyone else comes. There's no lineups. You get to wander around. You get to be the first on the rides and stuff. So I might come in early. I don't know. Yeah, my skin's so itchy because I was bitten by a dozen mosquitoes on the way when I was wandering through the park. So I was thinking I might have to go the other way by the path so I don't get bitten by all these mosquitoes, because it's not good for you to get bitten by mosquitoes, But no, my job's okay. I seem to be having heaps of energy. It's not distressing. Some people looking at me, so I'm feeling a bit of a attraction magnet. No. So far, I think some blonde guy likes me and some brown guy likes me. So today the brown guy was kind of scoping me out, and then the day before the blonde guy was kind of scoping me out, and I'm not really into either one of them really, but it sort of makes you realize, it makes you feel less lonely when people scope you out. They don't have to be near you or anything, but so I felt like, oh, I'm attractive again now. But yeah, so so yeah, and on the way home, someone asked me for directions. It seemed like they were unusually attracted to me, so they just flipped their butt, they flipped their gun, turned around and asked me a question, and then they walked off. And I'm glad they walked off, because I didn't want them talking to me. But yeah, that's what I got today. So I'm not doing too bad, but in pictures I look really terrible, especially when I have makeup on. The bags under my eyes are just really standing out, and I'm going, no. And I'm going, no, this is how I look old. I was feeling almost confident before that, because I'm not young anymore. I'm getting almost 40. So and so I'm dreading it. You don't ever want to get old. It's too fun when you feel attractive, but anyway. So I generally seem to be doing okay with the job, but I'll have to wait until you're on the floor to see. We won't be on the floor till the end of next week or so. So that's when we'll put all our training to the test. Until then, we're still learning about stuff, and there's a lot of stuff to learn, like much more than I've ever needed to learn. So it's a fun of working in a new industry. You're learning about new stuff, you're discovering things you never knew. If they got me to write on a piece of paper, list 4 things you never knew before you started, and I would just say I can list 1 thing, and that's everything. I didn't know any of this before I started, but now I do, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, so I'm generally happy with my job. It's probably going to be a bit tedious. I may feel like quitting after I get on the floor, but I have no idea. But at the moment, while studying, I seem to be coping okay despite the long hours. So I'll just keep at it and see how it goes from there.